Hi you guys, it's me Niecy J. Today I want to come to you and we're going to talk about menopause, suffering in silence. If you're interested in seeing this video, keep on watching. Today we are talking about menopause and the fact that a lot of women suffer in silence. When I did this little series and I said I was going to start talking about this every other month, I got a lot of response from it. Women saying thank you for discussing this, that this needs to be discussed more often. So that led me to think, I'm not the only one that's going through this. And a lot of people are really ashamed or just don't want to talk about it and just really going through, or like I say, suffering in silence, which is never a great thing. Really wanted to start a topic and let's discuss menopause because it's a part of life. Most women, when you hit around between like 40, 50 and up, you are in a different stage of life. You start noticing things happening to your body that is really strange and weird to you. I'm 52 years old. When I started noticing my body going through these changes, it was in my 40s. And I say, yeah, around 42-ish, I think. That's when I started really having the hot flashes and just my body in general started changing. In the beginning, it was subtle changes. I wasn't really gaining weight around 42, 43 until around, let me see, I still had my shape figure. I could still lose weight. It was when I turned, I think, 45, 46. It's a little startling, especially if you don't have friends around your age, or sometimes you really don't want to say anything to your friends because they haven't said anything to you about the changes that they have been experiencing. So sometimes we just go through it and like, what is going on, try to talk to our doctors and things like that. But we need to talk about this thing because going through menopause is major. Like, it's life changing. For some, you lose your hair start thinning. Well, mine started thinning, but I started really focusing on it to where it is getting a little thicker and a little bit better. Your skin starts changing, and it's mind-blowing because you're like, what is going on? And it's a shock to the system. When I received some of these emails and I read through some of these emails, a lot of women do not want to grow older or they're upset about growing older. So I'm like, okay, if you don't want to grow older, the opposite of growing older is death. So that to me, I'm just like, okay, it has to be another solution. I look like I'm a little washed out. Let me see if I can. It's a little bit better. But, a lot of women say, they hate growing older. They hate the way they look. They hate the way they feel, and they say they're depressed. This is an issue that really needs to be discussed because, growing older is a blessing. Yes, your body goes through changes, and we as women, we always want to look our best, and when you start gaining weight where you wasn't gaining weight before, and it's harder to lose that weight, I can understand you, getting a little sad or down or trying to work it. It is harder to lose weight. I have tried the intermittent fasting, which is actually helping a lot. I'm not doing the 16-8. I'm doing like the 18 where I'm eating like maybe a couple of meals a day and that's it, and maybe a snack or two. That's helping. But yeah, we as women, we have to go through lots of changes, and it is kind of scary a little bit sometimes. But that's why I want to discuss this and the changes that we go through. I think if someone else talk about it, it lets you know that you're not the only one going through it. So if you're in your 40s and 50s and you're starting to experiencing changes in your body and you're like, what is going on? 9 times out of 10, this is what's going on. Your body is preparing itself to go through the menopause, the hot flashes, the sweat. I used to wonder, why am I so hot all the time? And then I went to one of the doctors before in my 40s, and doctors were like, I don't know what's going on with you, and I started asking, I was looking up some stuff, am I going through menopause? He's like, no, you're a little too young to go through this, da 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 da. But I knew what my body was feeling, so I changed doctors. I got another doctor, a female doctor, and I'm so glad because she let me know, hey, you're pre-menopausal. You can go through this for 30 years. That right there, I was like, what? I can go through this before I even go through menopause? Are you kidding me? Yes. So that was a shock in itself. My skin started changing, I'm just like, what is going on? I don't care. Sometimes now, I don't even eat a lot and I can gain weight. And it's amazing because I think, like right now, I know this is TMI, but I haven't had a period in almost a year. I think March, January, March, April, Mayish. In April would make a complete year. So hopefully my body will start adjusting to what's going on. I'm not really sure, but I'm still going through the hot flashes. I'm still, going through the night sweats. My hair is kind of growing back, thank God. But these edges, around the edges it was thinning. But I don't think that's from menopause. I think that was from when I used to have perms for all those years, and it just kind of burned itself out. But it's growing back. I've been doing things, to try to help it grow back, not including the medicines sometimes that you have to take as you get older. Sometimes your body changes. You have to take different medicines. Like I have high blood pressure. That's hereditary. It runs in my family. I hate it. I've tried so many times not to be on this medicine. As soon as I got on this the high blood pressure medicine, it started taking my hair out some, So it's so many things that we go through, and our bodies are all out of whack as women. When you go through the menopause, your hormones are everywhere. You're feeling sad one day, you're crying for no reason. You still sometimes have the symptoms of coming on your period, and you may not come on your period. So yeah, these are the things, that we as women have to go through, and it can be challenging. And I just want to discuss it. I wanted to just come on here and let's discuss again this menopause, these issues, what's going on in the changes in your body, and let you know you're not alone. I'm going through it as well, but we can get through this together. I don't want anyone to feel depressed or about growing older. Growing older is a blessing. It really, really is. And I know, though, sometimes when you look at yourself, you're like, who the hell is this person here? There's sometimes when I'm like, I don't even know this person. But I'm starting to love this person too, because I'm in a different stage of life. That's what we have to realize, that yes, I'm not that 20. I'm not even that 30. Hell, I'm not even the 40-year-old. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my goodness, 20, 34. And I'm 52 years old. And you have to come to reality like, okay, I am 50 years old, 52 to be exact. These are the changes that you have to go through. Just what I had to come to realize that, I am 52 years old. My body is not the same as it was when I was in my 20s. It's totally different. And that's a hard pill to swallow. However, we're still here. That is a blessing. We're still here for our families. We're still here for ourselves. And you have to almost start learning your body all over again. And that can be challenging, but it's not impossible, So my advice to everyone that's going through, if you're just starting to go through it, the menopause stages, and you're just finding yourself very frustrated, don't be. This is temporary. We will get through this. You may hear some water running in the background. It is my turtle tank. I have like an aquarium with some turtles in it, and sometimes it runs, So you may hear some water in the background. That is all it is, okay? But like I was saying, we just have to learn how to adjust to our new bodies, and it can be challenging. I'm still learning, still going through things. Sometimes I get really down on myself, like, why am I gaining all this weight? But, the great thing to have is a great support system. When you have a good support system, like your friends and your families and my spouse is really great because my husband, when I start saying, oh my goodness, I look so fat, look at my arms, look at my legs, look at my butt, what is this back here? That's what I'm always like, what is this? Oh my goodness, when did I get pressed back here? I need a bra for up here and for back here. Little things like that. My husband's like, baby, you look beautiful. You're not 20 no more. You're not 20. We're not in our 20s and 30s no more. But you are still beautiful. And so, that makes you feel good. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, thanks. Sometimes I'm like, but I have to realize, okay, if my husband thinks I'm still beautiful, I need to still think I'm beautiful. You know what I mean? So sometimes that's what you just have to say to yourself. Look, I don't look like I used to in my 20s. And stop going back looking at these pictures and things. That makes you, it does make you more depressed. Don't do that. Let's move forward. This is the old me. This is when I'm a woman now. Like, I am a full-blown woman. Now, not to say that I wasn't a woman when I was in my 20s, 30s. I am definitely like a grown woman. A grown woman. And with grown women, you don't have them children's shapes no more. Where I could just fit into everything. I could eat whatever I want to and wouldn't gain any weight. Matter of fact, I was trying to gain some weight. You know what I mean? Now, I'm trying to lose all of it. I don't care if I have no butt. I don't care if I have no breath. Look, I just want to lose some weight. But then I started thinking, no, I like the curviness of me. I just need to get to tame it a little bit more, And it just, as you get older, things change. Like, sometimes you may not, I was a runner, okay? I used to run to exercise. That was my outlet. I would get upset. Say if I got upset about something, I'd say, okay, put my little headset on, then I would run and listen to my music, and I would feel better because that's what I did. I used to run track, and I enjoy running. But now with my knees, as you get older and you gain more weight, those knees aren't like they used to be. So you have to find exercises and things now that you can do so you won't damage your knees further or just your body. Maybe you can't, things are so different now. But I just want to just say, stay encouraged. We are still here. We will get through this, okay? There is a time we're not going to go be through in menopause all our life. We're going to get through that stage. And once we do, it will be a blessing, and we'll be so thankful that we stuck in there and did it. I just want to go through this without taking any medicine. I don't want any drugs. I take high blood pressure medicine. I don't want to take a whole bunch of things to get through the menopause. So I want to do natural things, that people say you lose your estrogen and this and that. So I'm looking for supplements, like soybeans, natural things that helps with estrogen and just things. I want to do it the natural way. I'm tired of the hot flashes, but I don't want to take anything for it. I have, like I showed you in my previous favorites video, I showed you my little fan. And if you haven't seen that video, maybe I will link it up here somewhere so you can take a look at it. But I'm telling you, I just really wanted to come on here and just say, stay encouraged. Don't let this defeat you, okay? Do not allow this menopause to defeat you. I'm not going to allow it to defeat me. And I hope you do not allow it to defeat you either. Let's do this together. I said I am going to try to do a video like this every other month. I was doing it every month, but I wasn't, I think every other month is better, okay? Because we have more topics, more things that happen to your body. And if you like this type of video, please thumbs up this video and put more suggestions in the comments below on what you want to talk about when we have these menopausal talks, okay? Because I have so many things too that I can go through and share, and I'm going to start finding products. And if you have products and suggestions, please put it in the comments below, because we need to help each other. This should be a community where women helping women with this menopause, okay? And that's a good title, women helping women with menopause. That's what we should do, okay? So yeah, let's get on this together and help each other, support each other, cheer each other on, because that is what it takes to get through this. And no, you're not crazy. You're not going through anything. Don't be depressed. A couple of people emailed me and was like, I'm getting older and I'm so depressed. I'm so depressed that I'm turning 48. I'm so depressed that I am turning 58, 60. No, we can't. 50. We know it's a blessing to be alive. My best friend, my best friends, we were more like sisters. She died at I think 40, 43, 44. Man, she didn't even get to see her children graduate, and she wanted to be here. Okay, she passed of breast cancer, and I think about I'm still here in the land of the living. I'm able to see my grandchildren. My son get married, one of them. We're praying for the other three. But I have a grandson. And I'm just thankful and I'm blessed. My mom is still here. I'm able, I have family and friends, that love me and I love them. So we just have to support each other going through this, and we can do it, okay? We're going to go through these changes together. And I always talk about on my video, even with skincare and hair, when we change, we need to change with the changes. Change with the changes. So anyway, guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope this video was helpful and interesting, especially if you're dealing with menopausal issues. I hope that this helps you in some way. We're not going to be depressed. We're going to get through this together, okay? We're going to grow old together and talk about things and share some of the problems and issues that we're having together. Thank you so very much for just taking time out to watch my video. I greatly appreciate it. Peace and love and connect.